Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, and this video is on ratios. We have our first problem and it says £300 is split in the ratio 2 to 3, work out the shares. So the first thing we need to do is underline our ratio 2 to 3. Now what we need to do is add 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 is equal to 5. So that's how many shares there are in total. So that's total shares. So the next thing we need to do is divide our money, so £300 divided by our total shares, so divided by 5. 300 divided by 5 is 60. So 60 is equal to 1 share. And here it says it's split in a ratio of 2 to 3. So the first person gets 2 times by 60. So 2 times by 60 is 120. And then the second ratio, so the second share, is 3. So 3 times by 60, which gives us 180. So the shares are 120 to 180. Now to check that we've got this right, what we can do is add the ratios back up. So if we do 180, add 120, that's going to give us 300. So we know that our shares are right. Here we have our second problem. And it says some money is split with the two shares being £100 and £200. Work out the ratio. So before we had the amount of money at the beginning and the ratio that they wanted us to divide it in. But here we have the end ratio, so we have the two shares. So that says we've got £100 to £200, which we can simplify down. So that means we can do this on our calculator, which is 100 divided by 200. But if this was a non-calculator exam, we could do this in our heads. So 100 divided by 200, well, we can cancel out one 0, which gives us 10 over 20. We can cancel out the other 0, which just gives us 1 over 2. So we can rewrite this fraction in a ratio as 1 to 2. And that's how we work out a ratio. You just put it in a fraction, press your equals button on a calculator, it will give it to you in a fraction, or you just keep simplifying it down. Here we have our third problem, and it says put the ratio 16 to 28 in its simplest form. Now, like I said before, if it was a calculator exam, all you'd have to do is put 16 divided by 28 into your calculator. But if it's not, you can work this out in your head. So 16 divided by 28, well, they're both even numbers, so if we divide them by 2 to begin with, that's going to give us 8 over 14. Now we can divide that by 2 again because they're both even numbers, and that's going to give us 4 over 7. That will be our simplest form because 7's a prime number. So to put that back in a ratio, we'll just put that as 4 to 7. And to make sure that works, we can times them back into the numbers. So 4 times by 4 is equal to 16. So that means 7 times by 4 is equal to 28. And as long as these two multiplies here are the same, you know you've done your cancelling out correctly. So here we have our fourth problem. And it says £450 is split in the ratio of 3 to 6. Work out the shares. So just like before, we're going to underline our ratio 3 to 6. And we need to work out the total amount of shares. So what we're going to do is 3 plus 6. That's going to give us 9. Now that's our total shares we know. So we need to divide our 450 by 9. That's going to give us £50. So that's the one share. That's the price of one share. And it says it's split in a ratio of 3 to 6. So what we're going to do is do 3 times by 50, which gives us 150, and 6 times by 50, which gives us 300. So that means our shares are 150, so £150 to £300. And just to check, like we did on that first one, we can do 300, add 150, which gives us 450. So we know that we've worked that out correctly. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please be sure to like and subscribe and comment down below any video ideas you guys have that I could make to help you out. Also be sure to check out my social medias, which are all in the description box below.